Whoa,
No,
that's loud.
please.
Huh? You
No,
don't like that?
No, not this music. I thought you would change it out from last time.
To
No.
what? What
don't
else
know.
could it be?
Beethoven.
You don't like this? It's got a good beat.
Beethoven, Dad. Mechanicus, something other than this.
Yeah. I don't know if people will like your music taste that much. Okay.
My music taste is amazing.
Yeah, right. Well, we are live.
Yes.
So we're on. People are
also on
starting to come
Instagram,
in.
right?
Yep.
Okay, nice.
On multiple platforms.
So we'll wait
yeah.
till...
Degenerates are already here. I love it. Okay. Love it.
Funny how quickly they
do.
Here.
They're everywhere.
Say we're actually
maybe that's something what do you call it? Productive to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
we're gonna be actually talking about somebody who's, I would say,
a productive human?
Productive and yeah. We're gonna be talking about that today, actually. So
hey, from Australia, what's up? Okay.
Thanks for bringing it up. Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, today.
So why don't you tell people what we're gonna talk about?
Today is the 6-month date from when the tragic thing happened to Charlie Kirk. Today is the 6 months after that has happened.
Yeah, exactly. 6 months to the day, September 10th. So, yeah. So we thought we'd maybe talk about that a little bit. What's happened to the conservative movement? Obviously, Charlie leaves a huge hole. But where do you want to start?
I don't know. There's a lot of things we could do to start. We can maybe talk.
Oh, we got a couple of good
maybe
comments
we should first.
Thank you.
Maybe we should. Oh wow. Maybe we should first talk about. Let's see here. What do you think we should do? Should we first talk about what he's done or what?
Well, I think first of all, first of all, he was talking about like the insanity of what happened. Like he was basically assassinated in public.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
Over trying to debate ideas with people who apparently can't debate ideas. I mean, there's a lot of people there that wanted to, but people want to take him out. A lot of people are happy about him not being here because they didn't like his ideas, and apparently they didn't feel confident they could take his ideas down through logic. So they are happy to take him out through other means. Oh, I see Brody in the chat. Remember Brody?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Good to see you.
Hello there, Brody.
Hope you're doing well. And then we got some other people in the chat. If you want to take a look at a couple, you can see it, Will, too?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Anyway, so
yeah,
that was crazy. And
so I think that's like pretty wild, like political violence against people we don't agree with, and no matter what side you're on, you can't look on that favorably, I don't think, but a lot of people do. And even today, like 6 months later, we still see people celebrating it in our threads and memes all over the place. It's wild to me how comfortable people feel just having
celebrating a guy's death.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, especially considering like he didn't really do anything wrong. He's kind of just like speaking out his opinion and talking.
Right.
And then he literally had a family with like a few kids.
A couple kids.
Now they won't even remember him or know who he is except for on videos.
Yeah.
Which is really sad to think about.
Right.
That somebody would do something like that.
Hey, we got Canada in the house. We got Australia in the house. A lot of Americans. Okay. Very cool. Well, yeah, it's wild. You can't help but like feel awful for the family. And now, and Will, you might not have seen as much of this as I have, but like people like Candace Owens have been dragging his wife through the mud. And
I've seen that.
Everything. And criticizing, did she have the right reaction to his passing and all of that. And I don't know, like who we are to judge how someone reacts to their spouse's public assassination. But nonetheless, like I just feel horrible for everything that they're going through. And still, like she's still being dragged through it. Like Candace Owens has a documentary.
It's very strange. Grant, I haven't seen all of it, but I have seen some clips that I've like heard about, like what's generally happening.
Yeah,
where she's like blaming him or blaming her because of like her past or something. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, now Candace is doing like this deep dive into the family tree of Erica Kirk and all this stuff.
It's almost like an addiction kind of, right? Like she's obsessed with her almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's really it's I can't describe it any way other than like dark, maybe evil. What Candace is doing, to be honest, in my opinion. And I know your mom has been a long time viewer of Candace's, and she's even like on the fence with this now. But she has a very dedicated audience, and yeah, she's just like attacking. This was supposedly her friend, but now she's attacking his widow and his organization in a way that is pretty wild. And most of her claims are
Yeah.
like, well, isn't that just weird, and I got weird vibes and weird, but not really facts. And so that's equally disturbing, and it suggests that there's a grift. You know what the grift is,
Yeah,
Will?
I know what
Yeah.
grifting is.
Yeah.
Actually, connected
um
to a grifter.
yeah, we had somebody here that said leaving a hole is an understatement, and I
That's
agree.
definitely true. It's definitely, I think what's happened from Nazareth has caused the entire basically Republican Party to break even more. Like he was kind of the duct tape that held it all together.
Yeah.
But now it's like holding a bunch of marbles and duct tape, right? And when you take off the duct tape, the marbles just like go out everywhere. That's a
Mhm.
really bad example. But
It's a great metaphor.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so like now there's like a bunch of different types of us. Like there's like America First, right? There's Maha still. There's like still the conservatives, but there's basically now this entirely
You
new
mean
faction.
MAGA, you mean?
Sorry,
Yeah,
MAGA
yeah.
and Maha. Maha is a card of MAGA.
Well, yeah.
But point is, it's basically split us up even more.
Yeah, and for people that, don't know, we were at America Fest. That is the Turning Point Conference. It's like the biggest conservative conference of the year, and, that was in December, and we had a media booth there. We interviewed like 20-some people. We put out some of those. We got a few more that are coming, but, it was a different vibe this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot different.
Yeah.
I heard that there were some more protesters outside and stuff, and then some of
Mm,
the speakers were literally arguing each other,
yeah.
which was interesting to see from these people who are supposed to be motivating us and like telling us what a great guy he was. Now they're going after each other for like their beliefs on typically like Israel,
Yeah.
which was really weird because that wasn't what we came there to look at. Them
Yeah.
argue with each other.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was interesting because, in fact, a few of the personalities that on stage, like these are like the keynote speakers, of course.
mhm.
Tucker Carlson was there, Candace Owens was there,
Ben
Ben
Shapiro, right?
Shapiro
Yeah.
was there, and I mean, I'm sorry, Candace Owens was not there, but she was talked about, and
Mm.
but Tucker was there, Ben Shapiro was there, and they had a little bit of a kind of a feud in their talks,
Yeah.
and that was pretty weird. It didn't feel super uniting. I would give credit to Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire. I thought he had a pretty uniting speech. He's like, "Hey, we gotta like we're still conservatives. Votes matter. Elections still matter. Like we should still like try to find harmony in what we believe in, and then have good discourse on things we don't." But ultimately, it was there was a lot of like this like clashing of ideas there, which in
Yeah.
some ways can be good, but I didn't find all
It
of it to
wasn't
be
really a
super healthy.
productive version though of the ideas clashing. It's more just like, no, this is better. No, this is better. Instead of just saying, well, this is better because
Yeah.
this, right? Wasn't really trying to convince people. It was more just saying like this person's stupid because they don't believe this.
Right. Right. And in fact, we had this like double booth area, which was cool. And then
Mm.
and we saw people debating, like literally out in the hallways, like debating with each other and
Yeah, they were like
filming
they
themselves
were
on TikTok.
like
They're
debate
they're
stands. It
doing
was
the like,
strange.
yeah, so don't what do you it was so weird. And I'm like, why can't we just get have a conversation? Why does everything have to go on camera and all that? So that was, but it was mostly, I would say, the America First crowd, the pro and anti-Israel crowd in the conference,
Yeah.
and we interviewed people that were, I would put them in the Christian nationalist camp, traditional conservatives,
And we also had
and
at least I
America.
think yeah, one
We
America
had
First
we had the
person.
one for sure, one like kind of like
Semi.
semi, but a couple of America First people. And so that was interesting to get these various perspectives. And yeah, and it's a growing like, I don't know, it's a growing like faction.
What,
This
America
this
First?
yeah. We
Oh
talked to
yeah,
somebody just the other day, didn't we? That was weird.
yeah. We won't mention anything else about it because
It was pretty weird, but
yeah, it was
basically we
slightly
had somebody come
strange.
on
But
and they had a hard time articulating their points, and we didn't feel like it was appropriate to put their image and answers on the internet because it was not good. But
yeah,
hopefully that like helped this individual try to understand their beliefs more deeply than just
yeah.
like
Ask
reverberating.
themselves the whys and hows
Yes,
and
ask
stuff.
why. Like, because that's really all you guys did. A couple times you said, "Well, why do you think this?" And so that's so the whole America First movement is pretty interesting because there's a number of things that we agree with them on in terms of like stricter immigration, and we should be
Hmm.
prioritizing America. But
And there's other things like the conflicts in like Iran and all that stuff, and
yeah,
they're just saying that like we're fighting Israel's war,
yeah,
in which I
yeah.
don't quite believe entirely because like I think they're
It's
terrorists, so I don't understand why it would just be their war. It's everybody's war.
yeah. I think like a reasonable person would say, well, there are good reasons why maybe we shouldn't be in this. We shouldn't be doing this, right?
It is across the ocean, like basically on the other side of the world, which why are we over there? But on the other hand, it makes sense why we would want to do it because like we don't want people like that staying in power
Mm,
and like they were close to a nuclear program and they're currently like effectively bombing their allies, right? That's what they're doing right now. So,
yeah,
if they got the nuclear program, just imagine what would happen. It would be really, really bad.
yeah. Well, and yeah. I mean, they have a pretty oppressive and regime, and the people, especially women under Sharia law, don't have many rights, and so there's an aspect of like we're liberating people. We're also addressing the top funder of terrorism globally, and so I think there's like rationale both ways. But now what we're seeing is um,
Mm.
the right, the far right, I'd say,
Yeah.
is acting just like the far left. If you don't comply and believe and say the thing, then you are a bad person. You're an, like name calling. I've seen more of this from the far right lately, and that's pretty wild. Like that's why we despised the far left, and
Yeah.
now the far right's doing the same thing. It's like that horseshoe theory that we've talked about, right? Well, like we're now
Yeah.
they're coming closer together, and they're starting to act similar. So that yeah,
Yeah, I hope that ends soon or eventually they get their brains back together
yeah, right,
because that's the reason why we're over here instead of like liberal or whatever because we don't
right.
want to just
I
be
see
calling
some.
people names and not having any like facts at all. Um yeah, so I
Yeah,
hope they get their brains
I
back.
agree. We got a couple us here, a couple questions. Somebody asked about Marx and Mao Zedong and essentially like communist
Mm.
ideologies, perhaps. Well, we're not too fond of those.
I will say I don't like communism. Like I'm not as developed on talking about communism as people would probably think in the comments. So
Mm.
uh,
We've
I don't like talking about communism. It's like weird.
we've we've interviewed what
We've
three?
interviewed a few. It's just like super strange because to me it's super confusing how on earth they would do it. So then when you ask me questions about it, it's it's like
Yeah, that's
it
because
doesn't
it's
make any
all
sense to me.
it's yeah. And so I can speak to it because I'm maybe more familiar, obviously, than Will is with comedy. But we have interviewed some people, and I think in general we struggle to see how it can work in practice. It goes against human nature, natural law, and common sense, and there's no roadmap to make it work. And I mean, the father of it is a drunken buffoon who wrote long rants about capitalism with no like outline of communism. So I don't know what else to say. It's a mess, both in theory and in practice. It drives people to have lower effort to or fixed outcomes in society, and so there's a lot of reasons why it's a failure, and it has been historically, and it would be if tried again. It's interesting to me. You know what is interesting? And Will, we've talked about this, which is like there are literally like communist political action groups in America. Now, communism is the far end of the horseshoe, right? It's like easily taken by authoritarian regimes and like usually has to get to its place by authoritarian rule. And then you have the far right, which is fascism. For some reason, it's cool to be a communist, but if you're a fascist, you're evil. Meanwhile, the data historically, and I'm not promoting either of these. I think they're both radical, insane. But the data would say that communism is far more dangerous from a body count and historical perspective. So I don't understand why one is cool and one is evil. They both evil.
Wow.
Sorry.
You just got
ranting.
Well, not really wrong. One has resulted in a lot more crazy things than the other one. And it's failed every single time as well. So just
true. Well, I'll look at the comments. What else do you want to say anything else about? Why don't you tell, like you got to meet Charlie and ask him questions. Why don't you tell people about that experience?
Oh yeah. So I forget, it was like 2 years ago now, effectively. Maybe it's 3, I don't know, somewhere around there. We went to, because he had like this meeting thing at this church near us, and it is where like he would talk to somebody. He did this like every Friday or something for like an hour or so, and then like at the end we could ask questions. So we decided that we would go over there, ask him or listen to his speech and all that, and talk to this guy, and then we'd ask him a few questions. I forget what exactly I said, but I said something relating to if like we have any hopefulness of like our future being just as good as your guys's.
Right.
Because judging by what you've told me from when we've been growing up and from when you guys have been growing up, it's like so much different, right? So we asked him that, and he basically said, yeah, we still have hope. We just need to work now really hard for it because you guys decide to mess it up for us.
You guys? Who, me?
No. Your generation.
My generation? Yes.
Yeah, you guys.
My generation, my parents, we, we benefited a lot from some of these things, but turned a blind eye to the
future.
The onslaught of degenerate and unproductive ideas. It's, So like, that's why I'm trying to help you fix it. Cause I feel guilty.
But so yeah, we asked him that. He told us that. It was really cool to meet him. He was very nice, like very nice, and you could tell he cared about like what you were saying. It was just not just like another thing that he had to do to like get like followers or something. You could tell that he was actually interested, which was really cool. And overall, he was amazing.
He's a good dude, super smart too. Hey, we have somebody said first time joining the live. You guys are great.
Sorry.
Scared the heck Siri?
Out of me. Yeah, sorry.
Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Liberals running this country. Yep. I do think that's mostly true. I think Trump's election avoided full-on catastrophe. Yeah.
So, well, thing is though, Dad, then once the next president is elected, if it's Democrat or something,
we got a lot of work to get
straight back.
We got a lot of work to get done in 3 years, right? Because most likely, and I mean, if you believe the poly markets in the polls, Gavin Newsom would be our next president, and so we got 3 years, and then he's going to come back in, open up the borders, try to make it a permanently Democrat country by flooding illegals up to swing states and redistricting and whatever else they need to do. And then, then we're permanently a blue nation, and we walk down the same path that California's been on.
Yeah.
And that's pretty clear.
Do not want California policies all over the U.S. I would not go well.
Yeah. Somebody in here said Charlie may have been president. I mean, I think he would have been a good one. I think I was
literally just talking to you about that he would be a great president right before this.
Yeah, I've actually heard people ask him this question, like about running for office, and he felt like he could be more effective in his current role mobilizing the youth and mobilizing across America, but he would have been. I think he would have been great. I think he could have been great at really anything that he wanted to do in this sphere. So, but amen to that. Like he was incredible man, and obviously gone way too early. So,
yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
It is. 6 months later, we're still feeling the vacuum of his absence, I think. And I really do think, like Will, you said this earlier, he was kind of like the glue or the duct tape on the bag of marbles. And now it's all falling out, and things are, I think that the Conservative Party is a bit fractured. Everybody's fighting. And I think he was one common sense voice in there that would talk to everybody in the kind of on the right or left.
Like where you were, yeah.
And that was good. It kind of held things together, and now it's like pretty messy.
Very messy now.
Yeah.
Very, very, very messy. Yeah.
So,
if anybody else has any questions,
we'll take them. Otherwise, we're going to close